Good morning, everyone. With immense joy and gratitude, I welcome each one of you to the 22nd series of Women in Leadership series, a platform that celebrates, amplifies, and honors the voices of strong, inspiring, and thrill-raising women from diverse fields who are shaping the future. I am Asta, and I have the honor of being in front of you today to this very special gathering. Thank you for being here as we come together to learn, listen, and be inspired. As we mark the 22nd chapter of this powerful journey, we are incredibly fortunate to be joined by women whose artistry speaks as boldly as a leadership. Someone who doesn't just perform on stage but leads with grace, discipline, and vision in the world of Indian classical dance. Please join me in giving a warm and respectful welcome to our distinguished guest and speaker today, Vidushi Arpita Banerjee, a celebrated Kathak exponent and the cultural ambassador of India. We also are privileged to have with us our two pillars of our institution whose continuous guidance and encouragement makes events like this possible. With great respect, I take this opportunity to warmly welcome our principal, Dr. Sharmishta Datta ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. I also extend a heartfelt welcome to our administrative officer, Dr. Andadani Shabiyesa, whose presence here always adds strength and grace to our gatherings. Welcome, sir. Arpitaji began her journey at the age of 5 and at the age of 7 started with her very first performance at Gorky Sadan, Kolkata in 1992. She has performed worldwide since then. To name a few are Kalanadam Bangalore, Lakundi Utsav Hubli, Chalukya Utsav Bagalkot, Connaught Festival Orissa, Indian Habitat Center New Delhi, Stars of Tomorrow Kolkata, Karun Natyanjali Tamil Nadu, IIDF Hyderabad and many more. She has travelled USA, Canada, Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam and Mauritius for her work performance and workshops. She also holds advanced qualifications in Kathak, Vishara BA, Alankar MA and Siksha Vishar PL and is an expanded artist with ICCR, a graded performer with Doordarshan and a true embodiment of tradition meeting innovation. Having trained under stalwarts like Nitya Shiromani Guru Mandana Sen, Guru Shri Murari Mohan and Karnataka Kalashri Srimati Nandini Mehta, her style beautifully blends tradition with expressive innovation. She has also been awarded the title of Nitya Shiromani at Kathak Mahotsav in 2014, declared second best dancer in National Music and Dance Conference Pune, India 2009. She has also won the state level competition West Bengal State Academy Contest in 1995 at the 11 years of age. She has also been selected as top candidate by a panel of senior most gurus and IAS officers to be posted in the Indian Cultural Center in Mauritius to spread the heritage and culture of Indian classical dance Kathak in 2020. As a founder of Anantya Performing Arts, she continues to mentor young talents and produce compelling dance narratives including Malhar, Mahishasuramadhini and Abhishkarika, works of her that are both aesthetically rich and emotionally stirring. But what truly makes Arpita a great leader in every form is not just her mastery in the art form, but her vision to preserve and spread the essence of Kathak with authenticity across generations and geographies. Vidushi Arpita Banerjee stands as a shining example of how leadership can take many forms, sometimes through voice, sometimes through actions, and sometimes through the silent power of rhythm, expression, and movement. We are deeply honored to have her with us today. We are all ears and hearts and eager to hear it from you, ma'am. Please give a big round of applause as we welcome her to the stage.
Thank you so much, Asta. That was really wonderful. It actually took me to a journey back in life, starting from the beginning till date. So, namaskar and good morning, all of you. Thank you. I would really like to thank the entire students team that the way you're taking forward this series of women in leadership is in itself a great achievement. And for all of this, we would like to thank the MLAC Association of the Teachers and the Trustees, of course Principal Ma'am and everybody behind it. I think they are the pillars on which you're standing, all of you are standing. So you must give them a big round of applause before we start. Alright, so how do we start? You want me to talk or shall we interact? Interact. Alright, so first thing that I want to ask you is, this is the 22nd in the series, right? And I'm really happy, honored and very humble that I'm present here today and I'm getting to interact with each leader of tomorrow. So I would want to ask that you have attended all the series, not all of them, some of them? Yes? Most of you have attended some of them. Can you tell me what have you learned from the previous speakers who have come here? Anything that you remember, that what they have told or anything that they have touched to your heart?
They have taught us how we can become like them. They have given the great inspiration for us. Also, being in that journey, whatever they are right now, the journey of them also hasn't been easier. They also have support, but also they have come up through that. So they have teached how to come up from the hurdles.
Nice, that's great. Okay, so I would tell you a little bit, some stories of how my journey began and how did I reach here. I was like all of you, okay, like each of you. I was one of the girls that, who went to school every day and who had a regular routine of, so in Calcutta, what happens is 99% of the mothers would put their children for dance, singing, art, painting and poetry. Okay, so these are the 4 things that everybody learns, most of us. Okay, some of us get passionate about it, and some of us always have it, but maybe they don't take it ahead. So the same way it started because my mother was a very big fan of my Guru Bandana Sen. She is a wonderful, one of the senior most dancers of Kathak, and my mother had seen her performance. Those days it was only Doordarshan where you can see performances properly, right? Or there were live concerts. So she had seen one of those performances and she thought that, so my daughter is going to learn Kathak and going to learn only under her. So we used to stay from there. It was about a 2.5 of journey, which my granddad didn't like it. Why such a small child of 5 years of age, she has to travel so much? Not required. But there comes the leader who says that no, if she is going only there. So that day, or even when later I thought of this incident or heard this incident, I never thought that it was the woman who was in leadership who took this step ahead. But when Rajeshwari ji told me that, ma'am, this is the thing that's going to happen and you have to talk a few things about your journey. Today, standing in front of you, I feel that, all of us have a leader within us, not outside us. You don't have to show your leadership away somewhere to another 5 people. Start within first. Discipline yourselves first, right? So that day she didn't take the step, or if she didn't have enough courage or confidence, to say that it's okay, I will travel with her, I will take her. It be 2.5 hours one way, not a problem. So I wouldn't have reached here today. Of course, with later everybody, my grandfather supported. My father has been always a great support, and I think it's very, very important to have a partner who is good at soul, who's good at heart, who thinks positive, who thinks beyond, whose thoughts should not be, bound in different kind of social calamities and all that. So they must think beyond. You must think beyond. Okay, so that's how it started, and where the journey went, and it was. I was around 11 years old that time when I had been for a competition. Okay, those days the government competitions or the Sangeet Academy competitions used to happen a lot. Okay, every year it was very prominent. Those days were not, we didn't have too many private organizations where more competitions will be happening. There were only two very prominent competitions. One was the State Academy competition, and other was the Jawaharlal Nehru competition, which we used to go for. Because why do you need to go for competitions? Because you need to know where are you standing. What do? You are in a class, you're studying there, you have so many friends of yours, you know where you're standing. No problem, whichever rank or how much ever you're getting, but you know it. But you need to reach out, you need to go ahead to know that when you get out of this campus, right, where are you standing? That is why you need to always go for, the public competitions or the public debates that happen. Nowadays there is so much of scope. We didn't have that time, but now you do have. You can reach out to, various avenues. You have many options. Open your eyes and look how many things you have around. You don't even realize, but there's a huge difference when I see, when I go to different schools for workshops, and when I see how the kids are getting the outreach, is unimaginable. It's very, very, very a lot of opportunity in that. So what happened, I was 11 years old, and since I crossed 10 years, I had to go for the Group B, which was 11 to 18 years for the competition. And that time you don't think so much, at least we in our generation, we didn't think so much. You just have to do your work the best. That's what I knew. So doing that, I was the first person who had got the State Academy Award and won the competition, got the award. Till 18 years of age, they were wonderful dancers, but I didn't know how. Today I know that it was just sheer hard work and honesty. When you're a child, you don't think of doing wrong things much until you're a very smart child, and you are not taking that in a correct line, your intelligence, right? So what do you know? You have to do your work with honesty and hard work. And that's where I achieved. That simplicity, if you can carry all throughout your life, no one can stop you. It's just that. Very simple. What does your motto say? Yes. Your character and your integrity is what will take you ahead all your life. No one will be able to stop you. Everybody can stand as a leader, where in whatever field all of you know about the women who are leading the aerospace, who are leading the parliaments, who are leading in the labs, who are leading in the operation theatres, leading in our dance field, entertainment field and whatnot. Days have changed, people have changed. Why? Because women stood up for themselves. It was never like, the men, I would not say men or women, but it was never a category of people who said that, no, let the women go forward, no. I think it was the category of women who said, we should stand up for ourselves. There is a saying that God helped themselves, only them who help themselves. I think it was the same. Women started helping themselves. That's when people came in for support. Isn't it? Today, if you don't go and ask your doubts to your teacher, how would the teacher know that you have a doubt altogether? No one would know, right? The teacher would know that, okay, I have taught and they know it. Isn't it? Until you take the step forward, nothing is going to change. And be a leader in your own space. Be a leader within yourself. Be a leader to the most important people that you want to be with. Right? And be a leader with all the humility possible. Be humble. A character is not only with honesty. The character builds up when you have honesty, when you do hard work, right? And when you have the empathy for others, right? Until you hold hands and walk forward, after some time you'll get tired. You will not be able to walk for a long time, right? You will not be able to run for a long time. What do you need? You need to be with your people, you need to bring people along with you in whatsoever you're doing, right? So that's how it goes. And then, so I came to Bangalore, I finished my microbiology, and it would have been very easy, I think. Just get a job, get the salary every month coming in your account. And wouldn't have been hard, honestly. It just didn't happen. So I started performing professionally from 2006, end of 2006, 2007, like that. Okay. So when I was in Calcutta, and my entire life was dance, singing, studies, singing, dance, studies together. Okay, it was just like how all of you grow up, eating, sleeping together. It's like that. Okay, so when I joined my guru here, Guru Shri Murli Mohanji, and later Nandini Mehtaji, I started performing, and it was great of them to provide me a stage and having faith in me. So when I started performing, maybe it was a calling. I didn't know what was it. That time, of course, I didn't know. So I thought I need to I need to study a lot. So, a lot of people know or think that dance, singing, any kind of instruments, music, it's just about performing, Earlier it was like that. No one cared about, holding a degree in dance, holding a degree in music. Okay? But slowly, though there were institutes much long ago, okay, which was only dedicated to performing arts, right? But there are still people who don't know. When we say that one of my very close friends, she is a PhD in music, okay, so same like when I say that I'm a master's in Kathak and she's PhD in music. Oh, is that a degree like that? So it's very, sometimes, yeah, it's hurtful. Sometimes it's very funny. Because you know how ignorant people are. Do you know how ignorant people are? There are people, do you all know the dance form Kathakali?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know the dance form Kathak? Yes? So there are people who will ask, oh, Kathak is a very, vibrant dance form with huge makeup and you have to paint your face. No, that's Kathakali, that's not Kathak. So there are people like that who don't know. I have been with an organization and I have toured Karnataka and Kerala in all the rural districts where the kids don't know how many classical dance forms do we have, how many kinds of music do we have. Okay, so I have been to schools where the response from the kids were overwhelming. I had never imagined that I would get such kind of response. We all live in Bangalore, or we all live in Calcutta. We get most of the opportunities, we get all the comfortabilities, and we get all informations. No problem. When you go to such rural districts for workshops, the love that you get after the performance, the kind of feelings that I have received from each students. There are students who were from 2nd standard, 3rd standard till 10th, 12th standards. Okay? So 10th, 12th, 11th, 12th is again same as PUC, right? They would come and tell me, ma'am, only because you came here and performed today, now we know what Kathak is and we are very proud of it. Earlier we never knew, we only knew there is Bharatanatyam, there is Mohiniyattam, and we thought Kathak and Kathakali were same. The kids came and told. Why? Because they never had that hesitation to tell, right? Kids won't have. If you interact with kids, I interact with a lot of kids. There are kids all around myself, I have my students, I go to workshops and lovely, being with them actually teaches you things every single moment. So those kids would come and tell me that, ma'am, can you please come back again? Can you please do it every month for us? But of course, there are, a lot of things we have to give opportunity to other people, other dance forms, because they should know more, right? There are people still, some of those kids who are in 7th, 8th standard, they still keep writing to me on Instagram or on social media, just like that, to talk. When are you a leader? When you touch someone's soul, right? Yeah. So whatever you do, just do it with all of your love. Just put the hard work. Be honest. Be humble. Take your peers along with you. You don't have to do competition. You're at your place, you're the best. Your friend at your place is the best. You don't have to compete. You have to walk together. So all these thoughts come when? It comes when you think much beyond, isn't it? There's no harm. No teacher will stop you to get full marks. If everybody is right, the teachers will give full marks to everybody. Where's the competition? Within you. Isn't it true? You don't have to compete with, your best friend somewhere inside the heart. Ayo, she's getting. No, why? She deserved it. You can laugh, yeah. No, I'm saying, and honestly, you don't have to. The teacher will give you full marks. Teacher will give you whatever you deserve. They will not stop from doing that. Why would you feel, why did my friend get? No. Where did I do wrong? What's what you should think. You all play skipping ropes. One mistake you do, you skip it. Learn from it. Every single leader, everybody who is, standing in a position today would have fell down 100 times. And till that 100th time, she would have stood up again. There's no problem doing mistakes in life, in studies. But you must know your mistakes. You must know which line not to cross in life. The world is not easy nowadays. It's not like earlier days. It was a safer place. You talk about practically being that, or you talk about beginning of Kali Yuga. Cannot help it, right? The entire world has to go to an end someday. We are the generations, maybe, we are the beginning of it. So whatever you're seeing, the bad news all the time, is the least could happen Kali Yuga, probably. Isn't it? Talk about natural calamities, talk about accidents, talk about things that we don't want to talk about. Isn't it? You know what I'm saying. Everything, all of it. Keep yourself safe. Keep your eyes and mind and ears open. There are people who might backstab you any moment. That is why it's even more necessary to walk along with your peers. Listen to your gurus, listen to your teachers. They would never ever give you, wrong suggestions. And you know who is your good teacher, you know on whom you have faith. And those two people in your life who you can always go back to is your parents. Trust me, do whatever wrong, they will beat you, they will, scold you. They might ground you as well. But you cannot trust more than them, anybody at all in your life. Maybe, I'm saying all this today, not because I'm standing in front of you. Maybe just because there are moments when I realize things in life. Just sharing. Okay, and at any point you want to say anything at all, there are 2 more mics. I can share mine too. Okay, so that's when I thought I want to do my bachelor's, I want to do my master's in dance. Let's see how difficult will it be. And trust me, it's easier to perform on stage hours together. To study those theories, I don't think it was difficult. Microbiology wasn't difficult. Because biology is one subject that I really, really loved. Okay, and I took my favorite subject. I learned microbiology. Not at all difficult, trust me, not for me. But when I started studying dance, it was difficult. It was really, really not easy, okay? So, and my sir, he said that, please do. And then he said, but you have to study yourself. I'm always there. Don't think that I'm not gonna help you. But you will come back and tell me what have you learned each day that you go through one chapter. That's how we learn. He always said, and he always say that, I'm the teacher doesn't mean that only I'm gonna teach you. Okay? I'm gonna learn from you as well. So when I started teaching, when I started going to the workshops, okay, each day, as I told you, each day in my class till today, till every day in my class, that's my regular work, right? I get to learn everything from one or the other student. And learning is not a one-way process. Maybe, I don't know if everybody admits or not, a teacher cannot be a teacher if the teacher doesn't learn from the students. So it is a truly, truly two-way process. Really. So, there have been instances that it happens with all teachers, I think. And now I feel, now that I'm teaching for so long, and trust me, I don't hesitate to share it with all of you, that there have been instances where I don't know why one of my students is asking something. What do I say? But I never hesitated to say that it was a great question, but I'm so sorry I don't know the correct answer of this. But I don't want to give you a wrong answer. I will get back on this. Right? Some of you are going to be teachers in future, I'm sure of it. Trust me, it's one of the most noble jobs till date, and this job will never ever go off. Some of the jobs are going off because of AI. Teachers won't. So getting back to the student was a learning process. I got to learn something new because of that student, remember? Which the student didn't know. But the teacher has to know, right? Otherwise, how will the teacher grow? True or not? So it's just that. So leadership just doesn't mean that, come, follow me. No, why? Sit together, discuss together, plan together, execute together. Isn't it? Today all these things Rajeshwari ji told me are done by only the student. How proud I felt. How wonderful it is. That, it's just that, the teachers are helping to get people in front of you, right? Who has arranged all this? You all have, right? You are the ones who deserve the clap, not me. That's how you're going to go ahead tomorrow. Never ever forget your school days and your college learnings. School is a very, very protected environment. You all had, right? And I feel it's really a protected environment. Don't you feel? So, college is something that teaches you lessons for life. For a long time I was, not so intelligent about life lessons. Honestly. But yeah, time teaches you everything. Time really teaches you everything. Some of us are very sharp from the beginning. Quickly they'll learn. The smart ones. Some people are very smart in studies. Okay? But when it comes to life lessons, my only problem was, now it is a little bit less than before. That I trusted everyone blindly. Don't do that. Trust people, because faith and belief are the things which will take you ahead. But always make sure that you are trusting the right kind of people. The most of the faith you should have in yourself, the God, and your parents, and what you're learning. Trust your friends, trust everybody with a line where you know that, am I trusting the right person? Am I trusting the right thing to go ahead? Don't believe everyone. Trust them after questioning yourself, after questioning their behavior. I know it is harsh, I know it is very harsh, but you have to. The world is such that we cannot avoid it. Isn't it? There are a lot of incidents that happen with me. That happens with everybody. Girl, boy, doesn't matter. People. Students. Best of your friends sometimes go through things that you cannot imagine. Be their support. When you see something going wrong with your friend, be that leader who should make them understand that, that's where you have to stop. Sometimes, we depend on people and we see our friends depending on the wrong kind of people. But then we think, it's okay, Birama. Let her do whatever she wants to do. Please don't do that. It's okay what she'll say. Please go, don't interfere in my life and stuff. Worst to worst, it's okay. You can forget it. If you're a friend, you can forget that for a friend. So what I'm saying is, be strong within, very strong within. No one should be able to, do anything to you or make you weak. Not required. And today's day is very, very competitive outside. If you don't stand with your peers, if you don't walk together, difficult to go ahead. Again, start within. Discipline yourself. Because tomorrow there will be no one beside you when you have gone ahead of college, and because everybody will be standing there for that one position maybe somewhere, right? So when you know that you did the best, your friend also did the best, there would be some line somewhere that self-discipline, trust, hard work and honesty will come forward. Right? So yeah. Anybody wants to share or ask anything? Please. You have questions for us? Okay. I have long stories to tell. So I think you start with your questions and then I'll also say something later.
Having performed in multiple organizations all across the world, a lot of students who have performed, we have done a lot of workshops throughout. Having conducted a lot of workshops all over the country and across the globe, you get a lot of opinions from people. How has it changed your perspective of dance?
Very difficult questions you girls have written and come no for me. Okay, nice. Okay, all right. So as I was telling you, right? So I'll start with the workshops first. Yeah. So these workshops were held by one of the sister organization with the Ministry of Culture. Okay. And what I had to do is go to schools in the most of the KVs, Kendriya Vidyalaya, if you have heard of. Yeah, so most of the KVs where there would be students from sometimes second standard till 5th standard and another session with 6th standard to 10th standard or 12th standard, whichever if the schools have. So when I perform for the small kids, yeah, they are so happy, isn't it? As I told you, they would come and ask, they would come and tell, and just after the performance, they will be standing in queue with, ma'am, autograph please. Okay, I said, why? So then they would ask to take pictures. How did it change my dance perspective? Is only to think that I can just do it a little more better for them, isn't it? And when the seniors used to sit, okay, now they are growing up, okay, they would come and they would say wonderful performance. Of course, they would all appreciate, no doubt, but they would also have questions. Ma'am, if I learn, can I do something in life with it? Imagine, those kids who are in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So they have been writing to me, okay? They have been writing to me. I have been telling them what you can do, how you can do. So that's how, your perspective changes, right? The only thing I can do is perform better every time and to tell them or tell people that what you can do professionally. Anything, be it cooking, be it commerce, be it science, be it only simple maths, be it dance, music, entertainment. Why can't you do? Isn't it? Why can't you do? You can if you're good at your work. That's the only thing that you have to follow. Whatsoever you do, be the best. Don't think who is doing better than you. That's the only place where you'll fall down. Think about yourself. Be better than yesterday for yourself only. And that's all. Nowadays, talk about singing, dancing, instruments. There are huge opportunities. Academically, there are people who, see, it's not that earlier days there were no university was there. There were universities like Kathak University and Banaras Hindu University, right? But a lot of people never chose it, right? But nowadays it's not like that. Nowadays you get combinations where you can choose a form of performing arts and you can also study psychology. That's what my student is doing, one of my students, and she's also doing her graduation in Kathak. She just finished psychology with English, right? That's how my perspectives changed. So I have an example, live example to give you. Okay, so that's genuinely I'm telling you. So I'm hoping some of the students that I have touched on those workshops will be also doing so. Talking about international stages, that's also another part. I see she's giving me questions in parts. And in hurry, if you forget to write those answers, you lose marks. Don't forget. Isn't it? Yeah. Now I'm very sharp, okay? So, joking. So, alright. So, talking about international stages, when I went to Mauritius, yeah, I'll tell you about that story a little later, but I'll just jump to the answer first. Okay? I have students there who are much senior in age to me. Okay? You will not believe they are from their 45 to 60. And the way their stage presence is an inspiration to me, is a motivation to me. You know, someday if I get a chance and if I can, you know, do anything for them, a smallest performance also, I'll not forget to, tell Sarmishta ma'am or Rajeshwari ji to give you a notification, come and watch. Okay? It's not that they didn't want to do it all their lives. They wanted to, they didn't get a chance. They had other teachers also, but they didn't feel like so much. They always wanted to perform on stage, but they started dancing only when they were 40, 42, when they were 37, 40. You know, they didn't get an opportunity like us, where we started, when I was 2.5, I started, then in 5 I started to learn professionally. They didn't get a chance like that. Doesn't mean that anything has stopped them. That changed my perspective. That made me do a production inclusive of all of them performing on stage, and it was a huge production, okay, which we finished last year, and it was presented in Mauritius, and we had great support from many organizations in Mauritius, some Indian companies, and a very prominent association, Bengali association in Mauritius. So, and the show was fabulous. I'll try and share the links with you sometime. So yeah, that's how the perspectives changed, and that's how I thought, yeah, we can do better things in life, including others.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Vaishnavi. So my question is for you is, as someone who started performing at a very young age, what keys and disciplines shaped your journey to sustain and to shape your passion over the years?
Alright, so you're talking about discipline and passion in life, right? A person who has started from very young age. Right. So, I'm sure all of you have heard about Guru Shishya Parampara? Yes? It was very prominent earlier days. In my time, when I was a kid, it was such that, of course, we all followed Guru Shishya Parampara, and even today we do follow to a good extent. But there were some things, maybe, I don't know, maybe it was not very nice, and things were restricted, which were not there. I did not face that, right? And that's how I also learned that you can discipline yourself. At the same time, you can, get out of the boundaries as well. Why? Only because you must know how to discipline yourself. My Guruma never stopped me to go for another workshop. But my Guruma was very senior, and the only person I went for workshop those days when I was a child was the yearly classes of Biju Maharajji. I'm sure most of you have heard of him, right? Yeah. So I had that discipline because I think she had trust in me. Okay. Though I was very young, of course it was my parents who also taught me the discipline, or injected Those days were not taught. Today we can't inject to the small ones, they'll give you back gunshots. Yeah, but so discipline would always come if you follow your teacher, if you follow your gurus. That's how we all grow up. But after a point of time, you need to self-discipline. There is some point when you will learn that if I don't do this at this point of time, I will lose this. And if I do, I will gain so much. So when you see the difference, you'll start disciplining yourself. Okay? The passion will always push you forward. The discipline will always hold you tight. I think that's what. Did I answer you correct?
By discipline, I meant what made you keep going day by day. Like, of course, you've been dancing for so many years, right? You would have faced obstacles. Like today, you couldn't go for practice, or tomorrow you couldn't. Something would have happened at least a single day. What made you go? Okay, yesterday I didn't go. I have to go tomorrow. What gave you that inspiration to go every day, be there, and do what you do on a day-to-day basis? That's what I meant by discipline.
Okay, so if I come out with the truth, I'm sure you all will laugh with me. So until 12th standard, okay, I was not in PUC, I was in standard 11th and 12th. I never missed my class even during the boards. My mother didn't let me, and I didn't feel the need as well. We have a lot of gaps in between, and honestly, if you divide your study, you don't have to take a break from the classes. You're anyways practicing less at home. I mean, I think I used to practice less at home those days during the exams, boards, but I never missed classes during 10th and 12th. Okay, goes to my mom, that clap. The mom and dad, of course, none of them were supportive of me missing class, very honestly. But I missed class when I was here, and I mean after school, when I didn't maybe grow up so much, and I missed classes. What pushed me go back to it was my guilt. Oh my God, I didn't go to class yesterday. I don't know what all I missed. Maybe that is the love and passion also. But yes, the guilt. Oh God, I missed my class and I don't know how am I gonna, what my teachers showed or what my guru showed. I'm not gonna get that, right? I have to learn it from my friends now. Now only have to imagine what my guru could have done about it. Okay? Trust me, that guilt is, of course, that guilt comes from love, passion and whatever you have for dance, music, studies also. You miss one day lab and you're like, no, I can't miss that lab for sure. The only lab we all missed during our microbiology was the stool test. Mass bunk and no one was there in the lab, okay? And no one felt guilty about it. So, yeah, but yeah, I think it's the love and passion for it, and it's like, it's just that you don't want to miss something. That's what kept me going was, it's just the love and passion, and of course, missing classes is a big guilt I still have.
Dance would have become a part of your life by that time. So without that, you feel like, oh, something is left out in my day-to-day life. Yeah, that is also a big part.
My name is Tanmay. My question to you is, how has Kathak shaped you personally, mentally and spiritually?
Very good question. Thank you so much. And I must tell you, this is one of the questions in the graduation syllabus for the second year, final year graduation of, really, I'm not kidding. And no books has this answer, by the way. Okay? I don't know if my student would be watching this, she'll get the answer straight. Who's giving the second year of graduation in Kathak this year under me. Yeah, but to be very honest, when I grew up, okay, and when so let me give you a very basic introduction of Kathak. I don't know how many of you dance or how many of you know about Kathak, okay, specifically, alright, or most of the classical dances also I can say, alright. So Kathak is intertwined with mathematics, and to some extent science. Okay. Whenever we say something, the recitations. Okay. I'll show you something. I'll just recite something for you. Okay. 6, 7 and dhatraka dhikita dhatraka dhikita dha kradhatita dhatraka dhikita dhita 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 dhatraka dhikita dhita dha ta dha dhita 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 dhatraka dhikita dha ta dhita 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 dhatraka dhikita dha ta dhita 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 dha na dha. Okay, I just recited something. All of you know how to count 16 on your fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, it's a small activity all of you can do. Take your right hands and just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with me. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and we come back to 1. Okay? So whatever I recite, how many times you go to 16, you always come back to 1. We only finish at 1. Okay? Check. Count with me, okay? 5, 6 in the same rhythm, okay? 5, 6, 7, go. Dhatraka dhikita dhatraka dhikita dha kradhatita dhatraka dhikita dhita 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 dhatraka dhikita dhita dha dhita dha ta dha dhita 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 dhatraka dhikita dha ta dhita 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 dhatraka dhikita dha ta dhita 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 dha na dha. Okay, so we always come back to 1. So this is a very simple thing in 16 beats time cycle called teen tal. Okay, so it is bound in 16 beats. Alright, so whatever we compose, it has to be in 16 or multiple of 16 and we should come back to 1. So plus 1. Alright, my dad always used to say, whatever you do in life, you cannot get out of maths. I said, I don't need maths if I do microbiology. But then when did I know that I have to come back to Kathak and start counting? And I had to do maths and I still have to do, and I think I always have to do. So yeah, maths is very, very integral part of Kathak. When I tell my small students, they get angry on me, ma'am, we don't want to do. But when they start counting and come to the first beat, that's the sum, they are very happy. Okay? So, this is something when we learn any new composition in Kathak, all my students, I always tell them, first sharpen your mind, then get into your, muscle memory. Okay? Then let it go to your body. Right? So if we do not recite, if we do not get the calculation, we can never learn Kathak. Okay? I'm not talking about the diluted Kathak what we see a lot of times on reels. Not that. Okay? There's a difference between, there's a difference between who's doing very good operations and there's a difference between, the person who is just sitting outside giving lectures. Not even a doctor. Like that I'm saying. Okay? Who just says that I know. I know all the medicines. Imagine who's not a doctor and saying that. Imagine the doctor who has really studied and gotten there. Isn't it? It's the same thing, trust me. Be it any field. Okay? So, just like that. So, that helps your mind. Okay? Mental strength is what I'm trying to tell you all. There's every single time we learn something and, nowadays, be it teachers, be it dancers, be it doctors, be it engineers, scientists, software engineers, if you do not update yourself, you're going to fall back. You're really going to fall back big time. You really need to update yourself. For you all, I think it's going to be even more difficult. But if you keep yourself updated, trust me, it's not difficult. You'll enjoy it rather. You'll feel fun in it. Okay, so just like that, if I don't keep my mind trained every time, I will not be able to do anything to my students also tomorrow, right? So that's how your mental strength or mental ability grows day by day. So from where I started, it has grown. It is in a continuous process. until, I stop, which I won't. Right. That was your first question. Second is your physical strength or physical being learning Kathak. Yeah, of course, it really helps a lot because there are people, my own students who I have seen have gotten better in a lot of aspect. Okay, people with very sad things like depression, I don't like the word also to use. Honestly, and it is very common in nowadays. Ma'am, I have to go for therapy. I said, why? You just come and dance. I have students who have really stopped going for things called therapy. They don't go anymore. Because now that same time they come to my class and they dance for themselves. You don't need to, trust me. You need to look into yourself. How will some other person know your mind? When you say your mind will tell you to filter and talk. You will not have any kind of power over that you'll control it. You will not have, trust me. You will know within. You cannot say to your bestest of friends. How will someone else dictate or tell you that what to do to come out of depression? Why take medicines which will actually help your nerves to not to work or cool down when it is not necessary? Why do you have to do that? Rather pick up any kind of instrument, just go play it. See how will it help you. Do nothing, just sing a song. Keep singing the song. Play a song if you don't want to sing. Just buy a mouth organ, just buy a harmonica, just keep playing it. There are a lot of people who don't dance, who don't sing. No problem. Take a box, keep playing it. Trust me, it will help. It all, there are reasons why Shiva has a damru. Right? There's a reason why Krishna has the flute. Isn't it? So, trust me, it will not get over if I start on this. And honestly, the day you feel that you're not feeling good today, something is disturbing you. All of us go through many kind of things at home, with friends, in the college. Marks is the least thing, don't even bother about it. Tomorrow it will get better, always know that. And it's all in your hands, not in the teacher's hands, please. Okay? Yeah. So, just play something. If you don't like to play, if you don't like to sing, just play the music, just keep jumping, dance. How will it help? It will de-stress you. It will just, whatever is there in your mind, body, let it loose. And trust me, you will get back at the beginning point of your energy. Spirituality, it really connects. It honestly connects. I can say that today because I have felt it not once but many times. When do you feel it? While performing, of course I do feel it. On being on stage, looking at the reactions, when what I get from the audience, of course I feel it. But when you understand dance, okay, when you understand song and the feel with what the artist sings, if you can understand, that's called rasa swadan, okay, in Natya Shastra, okay, and that's considered as the fifth Ved. All the four Vedas, and so Natya Shastra is considered as the Pancham Ved. When I studied for the first time during my graduation, I only studied rasa swadan. But as you asked about the spirituality, so there are instances when I saw a few amazing performances, including one of my guru's performances as well. I really didn't know when tears rolled down my eyes. Okay, and I think that's where you connect. And it's the same for an artist as well. So when some of the audience come and used to come and tell me that Didi performance was so good, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop my tears. It was difficult initially to feel, but now I know. So it's that connect. You are connected somewhere to that. You call whatever. There is a supernatural power. There is an energy which holds all of us. It's just the time when you know that it is there. When you know it, somehow you will get it. I really feel blessed, I'm telling you, to be an artist, and I'm extremely thankful to my parents, my gurus, for this thing. But if they hadn't showed the path, I wouldn't have got it anyways, ever. But trust me, that feeling is out of the world and cannot be explained in words. And I think it's the same thing that a scientist also gets when they get their experiment right. So.
Hi ma'am, I'm Dikshita. My question is, as we all know, India is a land of cultures, has many dance forms like Kathak, Bharatanatyam, etc. etc. But the thing is, young generation are diverted their mind toward the modern culture. Yeah. How does my question is, will the culture remain same?
Okay. All right. A very nice question, and this is something that we struggle with it a lot. Okay. Honestly speaking, I'm sure you all watch the programs, Dance, India Dance, and a lot of them like that. I only remember that one name, but there are a lot of programs like that, right? They're good in one way that they're giving platform to a lot of people. One problem is the classical dances get a lot diluted, isn't it? So what is happening, and it is happening for quite some time, that the young generation, that's what I was just telling about it some time back, right? Difference between a doctor and not a doctor who thinks that he knows everything. It's just that. Okay, people who think that they are doing Bharatanatyam but they are just doing Bollywood. Same with Kathak. Okay, but you cannot dilute the form. There is something called traditionalism. There is something called authenticity. There is something which our gurus have preserved as heritage, and really they are. Sometime come to our festivals, I'll let you know, and see the kind of dance forms that people are pursuing in the classical dance forms are amazing. And it's not easy. It's really not easy. You cannot learn Bharatanatyam or Kathak in like 1 week and perform on stage. You cannot. Okay? It is difficult. I'm telling you, it is really difficult. Any form of classical dance is difficult. You cannot do it in 1 week. You cannot do it in 2 days. To do a professional, proper dance, you really need at least 5 to 6 years. 3 years least if you practice day and night. Okay. What you're asking about the new generation is thankfully we have some parents, some teachers who really stand by for the classical dance forms. Schools, colleges who say that there are two kinds of competitions. One is classical, one is non-classical and semi-classical. Okay. So as long as we have that, and I'm sure we will have it always. There are festivals. There's festivals like Chinna Kalanadam. There are festivals, I'm inspired by my gurus, and I have started another festival called Navapallava. These festivals, they promote the small ones, the young ones, and classical dancers. You need to motivate them. They should also know that we can also have platforms. We can also have stages, not only the Bollywood dancers. We can also go on screen. Okay? It's just that it's motivation. The same thing, hold the peer's hand and walk. Right? I hold my 2 festivals. One is for the grown-ups, adults, where we have just started, and we call artists apart from our own dancers like me and my ensemble. Apart from that, same way we have another festival for the kids, where our kids, my kids perform, my students perform, and where there are other teachers, students perform, the kids perform, and they know that there are people like that. Chinna Kalanandam is a very good festival, big festival. Like that, there are other festivals as well. I'm talking only about Karnataka, right? So it's a small example. Like that, it is everywhere. What would make a huge difference if someone has the courage to do it in a national television screen? But I don't think till now, because it is very commercialized. I'm not afraid to say that. Okay? If anybody has the courage to present something like that, don't know, any of you may go to entertainment, any of you, may go to the field of television and start something like that. Take the lead, isn't it? So that's how. So yeah, today, just because of our gurus, people like me, my friends, who are trying to pull up the younger generation as well, and they're very small kids, 5 years, 7 years, everybody below 13 years. So that's how maybe I think it's going on generations through generation. We count on you. Go wherever you go, make sure don't dilute things. That's all. Thank you.
Namaste ma'am, I'm Sri Lakshmi and I have a question for you. This is majorly based on what you have performed because I know you have choreographed a lot of dances. So could you please walk us through your creative process while choreographing a production like Mahishasuramardini or Abhisarika? How do you balance tradition with innovation?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So when we start choreographing, or when I start choreographing, I think I'll start with Malhar is one of my very first productions. Malhar was a production that I had done a solo piece. It was choreographed by myself, and I had another two beautiful musicians. One of the singers who she, as I was just telling you, she's a PhD in music from BHU. So we had done this production, and it was just purely classical, and it was absolutely based on the rings. Okay. As you were talking about Mahishasuramardini, it was a classical piece, of course, but it had, since it was also staged in Mauritius, we had to reach out to the local audience as well. Okay, so we had to do the entire narration in English. Okay, it was not a very big deal, I think, but when we started the choreography, we had dancers from Mauritius itself, because they were my students. We had some people, I think, yeah, they were also from India, and they knew the concept, right? So there was a little bit of, I don't think there was any difficulty, as you're saying. That it was very nice because it was all based on Kathak. Okay, what I had to make them understand was the scenario and the Sanskrit shlokas that we used. Okay, so I think that's the best part of it, that language is not a barrier. When you start choreographing, language was not a barrier.
I meant to ask, like, as you were choreographing, right, what was something that you put in from your side? Like, you were the one who choreographed it, right? Like, throughout the years, you would have learned it and all. So what was like, okay, when I'm doing my Mahishasuramardini, this is what I want to do because this is what I connect with. Like, how did you go through the process of choreographing it?
Okay, so Mahishasuramardini was honestly, it is very specific to specific choreographies. I'll tell you one more thing about that. So when I was choreographing Mahishasuramardini, being a Bengali, it's all in my blood. Okay, to be very honest, and I'm sure for many of us, Devi and Durga are our favorite heroine because she is full of fire, and anybody who wants who understands feminism would definitely, connect to Durga, right? So that was the thought process mainly about it. And Mahishasur Mardini was, it has always have been, the power over, good over evil, right? So it was actually a simple thing. What was difficult for me and I was really thoughtful about was that I was doing a production called Hamsa, okay? And this is an interpretation of Swan Lake, if you all know, Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, which is a Russian ballet, okay? And it was to be staged in Mauritius when I was in India. I mean, I had to choreograph it here and stage it there. So I had my dancers there, okay? And I was here and I didn't know what I'm thinking, can I put it on stage or not? Alright, so you have, you'll not imagine how much work went behind it. When I was here, I had to choreograph the whole thing, make a video of it and send it to them, which they could only watch or maybe pick up the steps max to max, okay? Until I'm there with them, they would not get the confidence to do it. But I was surprised when I went there a week before the show. Everybody was almost ready with the steps and I had to tell their positions, of course. We practiced day and night, okay, before that 1 week. During that choreography, I really wanted it to be sophisticated. I wanted the entire essence of Kathak to be there. We also had ballet in it, which were performed by a group of French people who live in Mauritius. So the kind of coordination went behind it, and that too only online, was tremendous. Okay, when I went there a week back, as I told you, and when I saw what they're doing, is when my mind started working how we can polish it up. So it was almost the last moment and we had another 5 days left, okay? And of course, I was directing the musicians constantly about what I want, and the entire music was exactly replicated with Indian ragas, okay? The Russian ballet was played by flute, sitar, tabla, mridangam, keyboard and some of the South African musical instruments which created the effects. But everything was on Indian ragas. Okay, so that's where the process went, that's where the thought went. And I did not want a small amount of dilution in the Kathak choreographies. So that's where we had put in something called Tirvat, which is a very, very traditional piece. We had also put something called Sargam, okay, and choreographed on Sargams, and Tarana. So these are the musical compositions which we used to produce the Swan Lake in, not Hindi, rather it was all musical, okay, called Hamsa. And of course we had the entire ballet. So we had a piece where there was a jugalbandi of ballet and Kathak. There was a piece where, I was dancing Kathak and the villain comes and he actually lifts me and spins in the ballet, their technique. And that's where I just had to, be lifted. So that was a beautiful amalgamation, of course, but yes, I made sure that things are not diluted when I'm choreographing such a thing. So yeah, that's went behind it.
So would you like to sing a song for us, if you would like? Yes, ma'am. No?
What song?
Anything that you want.
Sing your favorite song.
Sing my favorite song, then you all have to do bhajan.
Okay, ma'am.
So most of the time what I sing are the shlokas. I am sure, I don't know how much will you like it. I don't know from where you came with sing a song, ma'am. What song do you all like? I can join you guys. Singing a song is the most difficult question which I can't answer. Okay, I'll sing a small bhajan and I'm sure all of you know it. If you all know it, please sing along. Okay? You only singing? Are you sure without any dance? Very good. Okay, this is a compulsive question. The student is only telling, ma'am, please ask me this question. And give me the marks also. Alright. What do you all like? Do you all like bhakti or do you all like... Please come. I'll sing a bhajan. Is that okay? Okay, but I want to know what do you all like? Shringar? You all like bhakti? Shringar. Yeah? I'll keep down the mic so that no one runs away. I don't think you all can see me if I'm sitting. Okay. Alright, so you all have heard of the song Kathak? Not able to hear?
Somebody can hold the mic.
Okay, then I think I have to. So you have all heard of the song Kahe chhed mohe garwa lagaye Kahe chhed mohe. No? No? You haven't? Devdas? No? You haven't? Okay. More recent. Mohe rang dola. I think these are the popular ones that you'll know. If I sing bhajans, you'll all sing. Anna?
Yes.
Isn't it? Say it? Yes, ma'am is coming. Okay. Alright. So, who knows to sing Mohe Rang Do Lal? I'm asking for volunteers. Okay, sing, yeah. Cadets, please get up. Anybody knows to sing, please sing, yeah? Okay, sing whatever you want to. No. Okay, the difficult song only. Sing. Please pass her the mic. So, come this side. Rather come here. See, being a leader, you should always know how to get your hands on people and get your partners along. Aishwarya. Thank you so much, Aishwarya, for taking us from the same part. Thanks a lot.
If anybody wants to give a open feedback, you are allowed to give. Guys, come on.
Thank you so much for dancing for us. It was beautiful. Even though you didn't know the meaning of the lyrics, it was very sweet of you to dance. And thank you, Aishwarya, for singing. It was very beautiful.
Hello ma'am, my name is Ashita. The thing is my sister is she's learning Kathak. She wanted to ask which Garan are you practicing ma'am? Oh, she's also practicing. Thank you. Thank you.
What's the last advice you want to give to the aspiring Kathak dancers for the future?
My only advice is to work hard and do not cheat on whatever you learn, and you must respect your gurus and be honest with your work. Practice never will make you fall back. So please do practice more and more. Thank you so much. I'm shivering actually. I have never got an opportunity to, I sing, but this was beautiful because there was a beautiful person dancing for my music. And, okay, I'm still shivering. I don't know for what reason, but this was the very first time, and I really thank you for giving me that opportunity. And when I was listening to you, I could sense the part of bhakti in whatever she was speaking. The way she used to mention her guru's name, the actions that she used to do, it all depicted that how much divine feeling that she has towards her art. I think every other profession, and we artists, I wouldn't call myself an artist yet, but whomever who performs art or should open their heart towards art, they will always have this beautiful feeling. I think they are more privileged among all the other professions. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody.
I hope there's a good feedback that you have received, ma'am. Before we go for official vote of thanks, I would like to ask the students, overall, how was the session? Yes, one word. About madam. Out of 10, how much you want to rate? Okay, for overall session, out of 10, how much you want to rate? 100. It means that there is something learning happened in this session. Yes, hope I can see that, I can sense that smiling face in each and every individual. The concern here, our managing trustee K. Jairaj sir has suggested only is a student-centric. It is only for a student purpose that we are doing. I hope that you are enjoying this session and learning. So in this session, we got to know that the truth that there is a learning. Aishwarya is the proof that she has become a leader by taking a voluntary that they're saying that, ma'am, I want to be a part of that. Very proud of you, Aishwarya. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It was very overwhelming. It's my profound honor and pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks to this momentous occasion, the 22nd series of Women in Leadership. First and foremost, I extend my gratitude to our esteemed guest and speaker, Vidushi Arpita Banerjee ma'am, for gracing us with her presence and inspiring us through her empowering words, experiences, and wisdom. Your insights have truly left a remark and remind us of our power, strength, and grace women bring to leadership roles. A special thanks to our principal ma'am, Dr. Sharmishta Datta, and our administrative officer, Dr. Amritanesha B.S. sir, for the constant encouragement, unwavering support, and leadership behind the scenes. Your guidance has been truly instrumental in bringing this event to the life. I express my gratitude to the core organizing team of Women in Leadership for handcrafting this event with a lot of enthusiasm and interest. Your tireless efforts, creativity, and unity made this event truly memorable. All the students and SSC Air Wing cadets, thank you for your active participation, curiosity, and energy that fill the space with positivity and hope. You are the future leaders we celebrate and support. And lastly, everyone who contributed directly or indirectly, thank you for your time, effort, and dedication in making today a grand success. Let's carry forward the learnings from today and continue to support, uplift, and empower each other because true leadership begins when we lead together. Thank you.